everyone, and thanks for joining us for another episode of the Dallas Anime Podcast. I'm your host, Corey, and joining me as usual are my co-hosts, Nick.
Hello.
Justin. I didn't hear you, Justin.
What? You didn't hear me? How dare you?
Definitely heard you that time. And
Hey.
all right, so it's been a bit since we've talked about what we're doing. So I'll just dig into it a little bit. It hadn't been too much as usual. So pretty much the same as always, playing some Final Fantasy 14. I'm easing back on it, waiting for Endwalker to come out. Trying to just get the rest of my classes leveled to 80 so I can just jump into whoever I want or whatever class I want when the expansion comes out. There has been some Genshin. I've been playing some Genshin. Not much to talk about on Genshin. I mean, the new events, the anniversary events have been okay, actually. I haven't been too disappointed like the rest of the community outrage, but I think they've been decent, and I think they definitely buckled really quickly to everybody because we got a lot of rewards, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah. I mean, they can afford to buckle. They have tons of money.
Like, whatever. It's like, oh, here's 10 wishes, guys. Oh, man, our wallets really hurt on that one. But, yeah, so I've also been going through Disgaea 1, and hopefully I'll beat that eventually. I always get stuck on Item World, and then I just burn out, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I know. Item World is just like the most unnecessary grinding in a game that's already got a lot of, like, unnecessary grinding.
Yeah, I think I skipped Item World my first playthrough, like,
they kind of force you into it for episode 4 as a prerequisite to get in. You have to get to like level 11 on Item World, and then I think you're good. Just kind of be a tutorial of it. But I went back and I actually bought Dark Souls Remastered because Elden Ring's coming out next year. I wanted to kind of get started on the marathon through the series again.
Nice.
And I never beat Dark Souls 2 DLC, and I never beat Dark Souls 3 in general. So
yeah, I'm hoping to do that one this month for Horror Month.
So yeah, I'm doing Dark Souls 1 Remastered. So we'll see how that goes. Random stray cat in my my background.
Mm.
And I've also been watching Twin Peaks. I've had it recommended to me for a long time, and I thought it'd be pretty good for Horror Month to kind of throw in because it's got a lot of interesting, like, not really horror. Well, it's kind of it's got some horror elements, like horror psychological, and it's got some supernatural themes. And there's,
I mean, it is very 80s, 90s cheesy horror in a sense.
It doesn't. It starts cheesy. I get. Yeah, it definitely starts real cheesy, and like the characters, like the FBI agent's so overly eccentric as like a kind of stereotypical kind of FBI agent, you know? Like there's like, wow, what a weirdo. But I kind of like it. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I think the cast has really grown on me. They've got a real good cast of characters there, and like it feels like everybody gets the development they need for the most part. Like there's a lot of side plots going on. But yeah, it may not be horror every episode, but like there's a lot of bits that definitely fall into that category. But yeah, what about you, Justin?
Like the good chunk of like a week or so playing Lost Judgment and trying to, and by the time I finally put the game down after finishing like pretty much like almost everything except for the optional boss because fuck that. I put it. Granted, I left the game on at points, but it clocked in around 90 hours. So I looked at the how long to beat, and it said that it should take you 40 hours to like beat the game plus extra. And I'm like, you liar, you lying website.
Side quests or like
even if you do like extra plus completionist, it's still like 70 hours. I'm like, you liars. Okay, I did not leave the game on that long. But yeah, Lost Judgment. So like quick summary, Lost Judgment is definitely a lot better than the original Judgment in many ways. Gameplay is a lot better, especially in regards, mostly. Gameplay is better all around. The combat's a lot better. The crane style actually is useful now. Although Tiger style did get degraded a bit in exchange. But like basically you have these fighting styles and that the main character can do, and they're all pretty good for the most part. The detective the detective gameplay still sucks. It's a little better, but it's still but oh my god, I hate the stealth sections. They're on rails, and if you get caught, that makes no sense that the main character, who could beat up 20 guys earlier, just gets hit one time and then he fails. And it's like, and it's like, and if you fail, you have to start like 5 minutes back, and it's like, it got real annoying. The platforming sucked because Yakuza style gameplay is not suited for platforming. Yeah. That Dragon engine is not and unfortunately, and while the game has improved, Yagami, the main character of the Judgment series, he still has this problem where if he does a combo, he's like stuck in that combo and he just will not stop. So like when I see an enemy charging an attack, I'm like, oh, I better back out, but he's still in the middle of his combo and I cannot cancel out of it. Like unless
sometimes you gotta commit to the motions.
Yeah, I mean it's a little better in the Crane style and the new Snake style, because Snake style has this block that lets you block from all directions. And the Crane style, once you get upgraded enough, you can cancel out of your animations. Tiger style, no. If you do a combo in the style that's suited for one-on-one fighting, you're pretty much screwed. Like if you miss, because you just cannot cancel out of your attacks, and that's one thing I've never been crazy about with Yagami's fighting compared to like Kiryu in the Yakuza series. Like Kiryu could cancel out of his animations pretty easily when he's like fighting for the most part. But Yagami, he's just like he just has these like 1 second pauses and he just will not stop attacking once I'm just like doing like these multi kicks or when. Yeah, but either way, though, the combat's still really good and challenging, with the exception of the quick time events. They now require multi-button presses instead of just one button, and that is trial and error at its worst. Especially in hard mode, because it requires you to like use the control stick as a quick time event in addition to X and 0. And unfortunately, the control stick sucks. Like, I swear I press left when it tells me to several times, and it does not read it. Now, and I was told that you could actually just use the directional buttons on the controller. The game does not tell you that. So it wasn't until I beat the game that I found out that I could have just used the directional pad to hit left. And I'm like, you motherfucker. Why did you? Why? Especially since you can get, like, one of the bosses will one-hit kill you if you don't pass their quick time event. So that was annoying. As for but yeah, overall gameplay so much better than the previous Judgment. Side quests are much better. They got rid of that stupid friendship mechanic, and well, it wasn't stupid. It's just that it got tedious after a while. They got rid of the enemies attack you in waves mechanic, which was dumb because, well, first of all, enemies in the first Judgment gave you no experience, but in this one they give you a ton to the point of excess. But it's like, I'm glad they got rid of that mechanic, and so now I can just like do pretty much whatever I want. I can and the side quests are a heck of a lot better, especially where you like infiltrate a school and become a teacher to a bunch of students with doing the mini games. Not all the mini games are great, but that was cool. The main story it's cool in the sense that it deals with bullying in Japanese society and all that shit, but it has a lack of focus. Like, they repeat information so many times that it gets redundant, and it just like, the villain was really cool. Like, he's one of the best villains in the Yakuza series, but I think all the supporting cast and new characters are cool. The main characters, not so much. They kind of went through their arcs in the first Judgment, and this new game doesn't really give them much other than their personalities from the first game.
So, would you recommend it to other people?
I would recommend it to people who want more of the brawler style of the Yakuza game, sure, and
first one.
And yeah, definitely if you like the first one. But yeah, I will say I think the main story was weaker, but everything else was so much better that I think Lost Judgment's better than Judgment. But holy crap, it took so long to beat. I got burnt. I got burnt by the time I finished that game. I was like, yeah, this is not ranking high in my games list.
Oh, like, at least the next one will probably be another like a dragon sequel. So
yeah, I prefer that. I prefer that. Like I compare it. Like, would I like it more than say some of the other games near the bottom of my list, like World's End Club, and I'm like, at the end of the day, I'll rank it higher than World's End Club because the gameplay is better. But I think I prefer World's End Club's story to Lost Judgments. But stuff like that. But because I personally don't think Lost Judgment's great, even though I know a lot of people do. So that's what I've been doing, and given how big Lost Judgment was, I don't really have I don't want to say anything else.
Cool. Okay. How about you, Jamar?
For me, in the outside world, I've been trying to find a house with my wife in Dallas, Texas, or the DFW area, which is kind of a scam because they'll give you a list price, and you're like, oh, normally you look at numbers and you go, all right, I'll probably offer a couple of $1,000 below. And it's like, no, it goes the opposite way. And I had one listed agent goes, the owner would like you to get to X amount of money. And I'm like, but their house is not worth that. And he's like, no, but they really like it. I'm like, I'll pay $100 more. I am not talking to that listing agent anymore. But in short, housing market sucks. If you could wait. It probably goes slowly cool down. But that's my take on house hunting. It sucks and it's stressful.
Worst anime.
Yes, the worst anime. Wait, do they have an anime on real estate?
They should do like a house hunting anime, and they just go to different houses, and they're like, wow, what a shithole.
Yeah. But in games, been playing more WarioWare. I really enjoy it. But man, some of the characters match up with some of the micro games. It's kind of brutal. You could beat every game with almost every character, but there's some that just doesn't work. Like
rewards?
Huh?
Fitting it with certain characters? Do they get their own rewards? Oh, okay.
It's just randomized. So sometimes it can be easy as using Wario to dash into a pocket watch to hypnotize somebody. But if you have like a character 9-volt who goes left and right on the skateboard and he shoots stuff vertically, it's hard to get like the pendulum properly swinging. But no, in general, really good game. I haven't played it online yet, but I'm going to see if we could get some people on the Day and Fan to play if they have it. Okay. And the last part is I've been playing R-Type for our review, R-Type Final 2. And Corey, I'll pitch this to you. Maybe we'll do like a 10-15 minute video of me just going through the first 2 stages as the review. But if you ever played any of those late 80s shooters like R-Type, Gradius, it's basically one of those. And
like Contra? Sort of? Or Galaga? Or...
But you're in an airplane. I think.
Yeah, you're in a spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah, but basically, you get little items and power up your ship, but it's extremely brutal. You know, best way I could say that most people know, anybody play Ikaruga or heard of Ikaruga?
I've heard of Ikaruga.
I definitely have from like Games Done Quick and stuff. I've seen them play it. It's just crazy how much bullets and everything's flying across the screen.
Basically, it's like that. It's like a bullet hell.
Yeah.
But no, the polish they put to this game, I was like super surprised. Like, you could have super high frame rate and refresh rate. The landscape is pretty designed well, and I'll go more into it when we do the video.
Oh wait, I got Contra mixed up with Ikaruga. Okay, yeah.
I
played Ikaruga. I played it, I think, in Yakuza, actually. Because I think they had it in the arcade in one of them.
Yeah, I think it did. It was in this game, too.
But yeah, we'll go more into detail with the video, and I'll pass it to you, Nick.
Yeah, so what have I been up to? Let me check the thing. Yes, because I definitely remember. So I'm still going through Neo: The World Ends with You. It's been slow. So some other things in the meantime. I mean, I'll get through it eventually.
I mean, that's a long game from what I've seen.
It's been pretty long. It does have, maybe I mentioned this last podcast. If you remember the original World Ends With You, it's like, oh, it's just a 1 week of the game, but then there's actually more weeks and more stuff. This one, it's looking like it may be a similar sort of situation, which was not unexpected. But so I saw some. I don't have a PS5 myself, but maybe in the future. So in the meantime, I was watching some playthroughs then of Psychonauts 2. I was a big fan of the original one, or is that for PS5? I think it's.
No, Psychonauts 2.
Oh no! Wait. What console is that
Xbox
actually?
Exclusive and PC.
Oh, right. Well, I don't have one of those either.
That
makes sense. Yeah, Double Fine.
Double Fine.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, I got that mixed up a little bit, but yeah, it's really nice looking game. Cool. It's tricky because it's like on the surface it's really good. It has more backstory, more characterization, and everything, but it's like the soul, the heart and soul of like the original Psychonauts. It kind of seems more like it's corporatized. It's hard because it's like the characters, they're just so expressive and stuff in the original, even though it didn't really look all that great. But it's hard to like recapture that original charm.
It's hard to recapture the Milkman.
Yeah.
The Milkman was.
Oh my gosh, some of the characters of the original, like they get close, but sorry,
sorry to interrupt. When the PC turn would be more mainstream.
Yeah, like because I definitely recommend it because it's just different. So they incorporate a lot of like actual psychology and stuff like mental health, and because it's a game about like going into people's minds and kind of maybe messing with stuff. And it definitely seems like they more so did their research in a sense than in the original one even. But it maybe doesn't fully capture the spirit of the original, and maybe that's just nostalgia and all talking. But definitely it was definitely cool and visually, amazing. Going through their hideout or the psychic FBI headquarters and stuff is just really beautiful. But yeah, that's my take on it. So Deltarune Chapter 2, then kind of opposite in terms of graphics, I guess, but still really awesome. Actually, it does have really good pixel art and stuff. Then, so it's definitely good. I think it improves on a lot of the battles and mechanics and recruiting and stuff. Or actually, I don't know if you could recruit enemies in the original one, but it does have the same sort of like pacifist nature of the battle system that was even in the original Undertale, of course. And it's an interesting story, definitely memeable characters as well. And then the end bit, really, really twisty, really interesting to see where it's going. I think it's going to have a total of 8 chapters, if I remember, in total. Toby is saying that the rest of them should be kind of coming out a little quicker than this one does, now that he has a better kind of staff and studio or something.
It's called Deltarune Chapter 2, and then they have story chapters within that game?
Yes, so it's... sorry, that is a little bit confusing. Actually, no. There's 8 chapters in total. Sorry, I may have messed that up. This is Chapter 2 of 8, then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
the original Undertale, it didn't have that sort of system, but it's like... This is a sequel, prequel. It's unclear exactly how it ties into the original story of Undertale. A lot of characters are there, but they don't like recognize each other and stuff. So it may be just a whole rewind. Like the name Deltarune is an anagram of Undertale. So who knows exactly what's going on, but it's interesting. Then the last one. Sorry, did you have something?
Yeah, super quick question. Is Toby working with the studio, or is it still kind of just him doing everything?
That is a good question. I know it's like a lot bigger production. They actually had a whole... I don't know why it got so dark so quickly.
He doesn't do everything. He has a small...
No, there's a whole... Because they had like a Deltarune Episode 1 live stream recently. That was like they played through with some of the voice actors and stuff, the first chapter, the first episode, and then at the end it's like, oh, by the way, episode 2 is released now, you can go play it, it's free. And it's like, oh wow, so there's definitely like a production team, but I don't know that it's necessarily like associated with a big AAA team. I think it's still indie technically.
Yeah.
Then I went through Life is Strange: True Colors as well, and actually also the DLC that also came out for that, Wavelengths, which was so it turns out Steph was in the first Life is Strange DLC after or before the storm. She and Mikey were the guys playing D&D that Chloe could interact with, and so she, because of the events that happened in Life is Strange 1, ends up moving out of Seattle and then into Colorado, and then that's where the main character of Life is Strange 3 kind of interacts with her, and then you solve this whole mystery. It's a good game. It's also diving into psychological concepts, trauma, and people's emotions and stuff. And you thought kind of at first when it was revealed, like empathy, oh, you got emotion, happy, sadness powers, but it's more than that. It's more like helping people deal with trauma and guilt and like work through their own problems, but it's open-ended in the sense that it's like you don't necessarily have to help people, and then that kind of ties into of this town, that ties into how the ending goes. And as I was mentioning before the podcast too, so it's split into 5 chapters, and the first 4 are kind of cozy, go around this idyllic sort of Colorado mining town, and then the 5th one is where all the shit really goes down, and you uncover, like, you've been seeing bits and pieces of these conspiracies or the true nature of Typhon mining and stuff, and then the 5th one is like where it's all like, oh, you're finally connecting the dots, and then, oh, we can't let you do that. So, but it's a good game. It's a little short, maybe, but there's a lot to do, and it seems also really beautiful graphics and everything.
Cool.
Give me one sec here. Okay, so if you guys are ready, we're going to hop into... Oh, actually, there was one other one. I totally forgot. So I also watched a marathon through the case study of Vanitas anime. I may consider recommending that for a future discussion. It was
I thought people were going to recommend for this discussion because it does technically fall under as October.
This is a spooky. So it's got, like, on the surface, I thought I was going to like it more than I did. It's got a lot of steampunk and Victorian fashion, but in France, and cool powers. There's cool abilities and stuff. Cool fight scenes, but then it's got a lot of those like Twilight sort of elements of vampirism and sucking the blood as like sexualized a lot, and there's some queer baiting. I'm going to call it that because it doesn't actually end up with the characters. I mean, so it's only season 1. There's a season 2 coming out. Maybe stuff will happen in season 2. But yeah, if
John's already put it on, and it's also the only recommendation right now.
Oh, no way. Okay, I may end up voting for that then. Yeah, this next one.
Oh wait, no. Well, no. Jason also recommended Paranoia Agent.
Okay. Interesting. Oh, that one would also be very spooky. But yeah, it's. I don't want to maybe influence then this discussion coming up. I do recommend it, but it's maybe not for everybody. If like vampires and melodrama and magic and ghosts, I don't know, if that sort of like is not really your cup of tea, then, and you were maybe just going into it more for like steampunk and cool battles and stuff, maybe it doesn't have exactly what you're looking for. But it has very interesting characters, very interesting plotline, kind of the Castlevania curses and ghosts and goblins and stuff. Then I think you would enjoy it.
Cool. Check it out.
Sorry, I'm getting
but only what do you think? Only the first part's out. The next part won't be till like January. It's good. Yeah, that manga has such high scores. By the way, I looked at the manga on like the score on Mao. It's like, damn, this is like one of the highest rated manga on Mao. It's like, must get a lot better later or something. Because right now the anime has just been said, oh, that was all right.
It definitely feels like it has potential for where the story could go, and there's a lot of mystery and stuff with.
And of course, I didn't hear too much about it. I think most people were just talking about Dragon Maid if they weren't talking about Tokyo Revengers.
Yeah, those are good choices too.
Yes.
But yeah, let's get into got some miscellaneous news. So I got some fun stuff then finally, and then some global economics. Maybe I can make fun, maybe not. But so there's some good stuff about COVID. Then finally, so England is testing out if vitamin A sprayed into your nose can repair cell damage that could have been damaged from COVID or other respiratory diseases. Now, they noted like just taking vitamin A, just eating fruits and vegetables isn't going to quite cut it. You need to have the special sort of spray directly onto your nose or onto your cells. So still testing it. Not approved just yet. Also, this company, Merrick, working together with Pfizer, is testing out a antiviral pill that could decrease Merck. Okay. It is Merck. So possibly that this pill will be able to decrease the rate of hospitalization and death by 50% if you take it after you start already seeing some symptoms of COVID. So that's also good. It's still going through trials and stuff, but that's kind of just wanted to point out like just how science works. Like you start without having any knowledge of how stuff, but then over time, you got to test these hypotheses. But we do come to solutions. We do get vaccines. We do get cures. But it's just, unfortunately, it's a slow process. Twitch, I don't know if you guys have heard about this. Then, so owned by Amazon, of course, is some people are saying it's becoming pay to win.
Oh yeah, I actually did see that news.
The boosts.
To introduce your popularity, pay. I'm surprised. I thought YouTube had something like that. I mean, aside from like just buying subs, which obviously is not a good idea.
Yeah,
but,
I think Twitter too.
Page on Facebook and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Spending money to make money is like a real
101.
I mean, previously, how did the algorithm work? I mean, did
Twitch algorithm?
Because you had to be popular already to be at the top of the thing.
The highest thing to be on the front page.
You also have to play. You also have to play games that people are interested in, like stream games, like Apex.
Yeah, so all this really does is just introduce a function that like lower viewed things can move up.
Like I don't even know people play Pokemon Unite on Twitch anymore. After it peaked when it came out, and then I haven't heard anything about Pokemon Unite on Twitch ever since.
But I'm wondering, will it get just even worse or like more of a barrier to entry if the other end of the spectrum, if the already super popular streamers start boosting their stream even further, will that make it even harder for new content creators to get in?
QC needs to boost his popularity any further.
I don't know. I'm just always thinking of like worst case scenario.
Or soda popping. Yeah, they don't need it. It's like they get so much money already. It's like why would they need any more?
Yeah, I think it's more like Justin said, it's for kind of the lower end or like the mid tier streamers that just kind of need that extra boost to you get up there.
And there's lots of streamers with like huge followings who don't get many people actually watching their actual streams. So it's like, that's not really a point to it.
But yeah, it's interesting to see where that'll go. Twitch's policies and stuff always a bit controversial, it seems. So then some celebrity. Is he a celebrity? So Elon Musk and Grimes broke up. I kind of just wanted to talk about this because of like we were talking about the robots and stuff last podcast. So it's like figuring that those are going to start production a little bit quicker now that he has more time to work on them. I don't know.
He's alone.
Something like that.
Yeah.
To make up for the loneliness. I don't know. When reached out for comment, Grimes noted she is continuing on then with her plans to create a lesbian colony on a moon of Jupiter.
Of course.
So, thanks, Grimes. See where that goes. The EU then is now requiring Apple to switch over to standardized USB Type-C ports instead of their proprietary Lightning type, just due to, I don't know, kind of standardization across the industry. But like also, I think included in that as well is that future phones and stuff are going to stop including charging cables and stuff. The idea was they're trying to cut down on like waste and all these cables, and every time you buy a phone, it comes with a new cable. So ideal case scenario, the price of phones will go down because it won't include the charger and adapter, and that'll just be something separate that won't be a cost increase. But likely scenario, Apple's going to make another adapter, and it's going to cost even more. But
it's just a control for Apple.
Good on them.
Yeah.
Force them to use a port that everybody else is using.
Yeah, and it's a port that actually works.
Yeah, it's a successful port, and I think they should also put regulation to bring the analog port back. But
and that's video.
Yeah,
maybe
that's cart.
Yeah.
And then some of the best news I saw this whole last month, not really, but you can actually buy now Rin's scarf from Eurocamp from this website hobbystock.com. It's 4,400 yen, so it's about $44. But that's just the price of fashion. These.
That's your time. Fate. Oh man, no, Fate.
Oh no, not Rin from Fate. But it was just something random that popped up as new merch.
Oh, it's backed order as of now.
Oh no, I'm too late.
Yeah, we're that popular.
Just as soon as I mentioned it, it's already sold out. I feel like that happened.
Yeah, but $40 is not that bad.
40 for a scarf?
Yeah.
44. Oh, plus shipping internationally as well.
Oh yeah, there's that to take into
consideration.
Does
it even look like an anime scarf, or is it just like a solid color?
It's a couple colors.
Right.
I think it's like it's probably going to be on eBay though. If you want to pay even more money for it, it's going to be scalps.
It's not a Nintendo product.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for the big story research and all I was looking into, it really feels like the U.S. and China are in this codependent economic relationship, but it's getting kind of rocky lately. Mostly just there's been a lot of stuff affecting both countries. So you may have heard then the Chinese housing market, their primary sort of industry company is called Evergrande, and they're really not doing so good. It's causing a potential global economic fallout if that really goes downhill even further. They're currently $300 billion in debt. They're buying a lot of these scarves, I guess. I don't know. But it's basically the same sort of economic housing bubble that the U.S. had back in 2008, where they're selling these houses for way more than anybody can actually afford over there. And so we're worried about how that could potentially go if they could have their own recession or something coming up. On top of that, there's just been a lot of bad stuff going on at the moment. But I don't know, a lot of it's not stuff that would have been unforeseen, I suppose. China had this thing called the Belt and Road Initiative that started back in 2013. But it's basically imperialism and colonialism 2.0, but it sounds good on paper, right? So what China was doing was they're going into these impoverished countries in South America and Africa, and they're building things like roads, like hospitals and buildings and all this stuff that sounds really good, but then they're not doing it for free. They're like, oh yeah, you can just pay us back later. Yeah, don't worry about it. But then they kind of ended up being huge debt traps, and they're like, okay, now it's time, we want you to pay us back now. And these countries, they just can't afford it. Venezuela, for example, is over $90 billion in debt to China specifically because of this. And so what they're doing is they're making use of other ways that countries can pay them back. So things like they're using their shipping ports. They're having political power in the EU. They're forcing these other countries to kind of vote in policies in favor of China. All kinds of shady stuff.
I mean, it's smart. I won't lie.
Oh yeah.
It's a good plan.
It's a good plan.
Worst case scenario, they could levy the army of that nation.
Oh,
somebody's been playing Civ 6 on Deity.
Yeah,
because that's actually a really good strategy. Super terrible, but that's how you conquered the world.
Honestly, it's not a bad plan. The problem is a lot of these countries then now they're kind of wait a sec, this doesn't seem right. Look what happened to Venezuela and stuff like that. And so they're starting to kind of reject some of these contracts, but China's no, you can't. Nope, you can't really get out of it. So we'll see where that goes too. So on top of that, and on top of the other on top of thing, there's been large power outages sweeping across China lately because of so most of China is almost entirely powered by coal still. And it's been very difficult, so of course because of that, for them to meet their climate emissions demands and stuff like that. But what's been happening is the government has been artificially lowering the cost of electricity, and so all these power plants, all these coal power plants have been operating at a loss, and they're we can't do this. We literally can't afford to pay our technicians and stuff, and so they've been closing down, and that's led to like neighborhoods and stuff across over like 12 provinces, north and south. They're getting their power cut out like overnight. Some of them was like in the past 10 days, they've only had power on at their house for like 3 days, and it's affecting like warehouses, and so it's affecting a lot of Chinese production plants and stuff too. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think I remember that too. Yeah, their crypto market and stuff is like you can't buy things with cryptocurrency anymore, and all kinds of just crazy stuff. And so that's also going to lead to further like product shipping delays and stuff. If you maybe have seen stuff from Alibaba, Amazon, or something, maybe having long lead times. Looks like that's going to be happening for a while. It's saying that
express orders now.
Yeah.
right. And they're saying so. Sadly, it's maybe going on for a couple of months into the winter season too. So that's going to suck.
Now, question: is this their plan to kind of possibly buy off those companies at a significant loss on? I mean, at a significant lower rate, since they can't keep operating it as private.
I don't have that much knowledge to speculate, but at this point, anything
because that's like
possible. Yeah,
you
almost privatize electricity.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's so tricky. Yeah. Because so China is such a like communism, like everything is owned by the state, and so the state sets the prices. The state, does all this, and it's very hard for any private industry to do anything without having like all these like state-approved license to operate and stuff like that. So I don't know.
That wouldn't be the worst thing China's done to have privatized utilities.
Yeah.
At this point, so on top of this is the fourth on top of, but it's the final one. China is banning anime certain shows.
Well, they've been doing that for a little while now.
It's true.
So
they're continuing. Yeah, they're continuing their crackdown on what they consider vulgar cartoons and stuff in the entertainment industry. Even more recently than from what they've already been on.
Other things. One of the ones that were banned like a while ago.
Oh, I think I remember that over the summer. Yeah, and it seems like it's even ramping up even further. Their media is now you're not allowed to portray effeminate men, stuff like this too. So Venti from Genshin.
Poor Venti.
Oh man, they're gonna turn him into a girl or something. And then on top,
I mean, some people say that's an improvement, but
who knows? Then they're also going to you're only going to be allowed for children 18 and under. Also, sorry, I don't know what's with the clouding. It got really dark in my apartment again. Yeah. So for children 18 and under now, they're only going to be allowed 3 hours of video game time a week. Like, so it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, specifically as well from 8 to 9 p.m. All the darkening is for the dramatic effect, I guess. But it's like, and they can't even like log into like a parent's account or like a brother account or something, because like most of these games they need like a mobile like facial like recognition to like log into them. It's just crazy, and it's all they're like, oh, think of the children. We want to promote education, and we want them to be outside, not being addicted to video games, and I get that, but it's just such a hardline authoritative stance to take that it's like, okay, you only get 3 hours.
So China,
pretty much.
I don't know. If I was an adult
but
there,
what do you think?
That like gave me a better chance going and get children now, because they don't have that much time to train. And as an 18-plus-year-old adult, I'm gonna beat kids at their own game.
Yeah, I know how Maggie's doing. Yeah, because she's been working a lot ever since she moved back to China. It's just like, I don't know when she finds time to like watch anime or play games. Honestly, with like only like 1 day off or something. It's just
yeah. So let me get through. Gonna tie this back. So, turns out all this crazy stuff's been going on in China, but like the U.S. has also not been having everything figured out on our end. We currently, as well, like for reference, owe China $1.1 trillion in debt out of our total $28 trillion total that we owe to other countries, but also to ourselves. It's crazy. It's complicated because it's not like, so if China like was to collect on all of that debt maybe one day, that would devaluate the dollar, but then it would also tank the yuan. because China is at the same time invested in a lot of U.S. countries. It's really complicated. Congress is currently trying to push through this budget proposal. They got to get all their homework and stuff figured out by October 18th. If they don't, then we're going to go into a government shutdown, which we had a lot during this previous administration, of course, you may remember.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like they're arguing. So the Democrats are like currently in charge, and it's like they're arguing a lot. They can't agree on things because it feels like they're trying to just out progressive each other. They're like, oh, you thought we were going to give $15 an hour minimum wage, but I'm not going to vote for that unless it's $16 an hour. But it's like, guys, if you don't vote on it, it's going to stay like $7. Yeah, if you don't agree on something by the 18th. So we'll see. It's kind of all over the place. So what does this all mean? How does this all connect? I take that there's like two kind of main points from this. China is having energy problems. The citizens are sad because they can't play video games. They're trying to collect on their foreign debt from other countries, but they're trying to back out of their deals and contracts. And the U.S. is in massive debt to China, so I don't know what could that result in. What could happen? But at the same time, because our economies are so tied financially, so intertwined, I kind of feel like the U.S. should maybe send some foreign aid or some foreign policies or something to just kind of help out China. I totally get it that like our system of capitalism, not everyone is on board with, and it does definitely have its own problems, but it's like at least we're not still dependent on like coal for our production, and we have like all these backup plans and stuff in case we do have power outages and stuff. So I don't know, it feels like the CCP, their government and their system and all, it's starting to show some cracks, societally and financially and stuff. And so but I don't know. It's been all over the news and all this past month, so it's been really getting in my mind what's going on. But what are your guys' thoughts?
I don't know. It's a big mess, and
just, play video games and forget, man.
But like when you were saying that China's having energy problem. I mean, not so long ago, in the state we all live in, we had our own like energy crisis.
And, big freeze, back in February. So,
and if you look at how much energy America makes, they don't make enough to actually sustain the actual country, because we still get some from like Canada and stuff. I don't know. It's a big it's a real bad relationship. Like anything could probably teeter and make the whole thing fall apart. So I'm gonna probably do what Corey says. I'm gonna play video games and not worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, we
it's
may
crazy.
be burning coal, but we're like still like 95 or more % natural gas, anyways. So it's
oil
and all the alternative energies like hydro,
wind,
and then
hamster.
Solar's okay, but hydro and wind are pretty inefficient, and they like ruin those local ecosystems because like birds fly into the turbines all the time. It ruins like local rivers, and then there's like the I don't think solar is that bad, but then again, I don't know how bad the manufacturing of those panels does for the environment, so.
And you gotta think about the land mass, and you need like actual always direct sunlight.
Like everything has a trade-off cost, it seems.
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised China hasn't gone like full nuclear. That feels like something they would be like, yeah, whatever, let's just put some nuclear plants in those rural areas we don't give a shit about.
Yeah, and just like with SimCity, if you don't have the right people, it blow up. It's like, oh, we didn't like those people anyway. We put another one.
Oh no!
I mean, and like the technology's there to like nuclear plants are like, I mean, as long as they're up to code, then they'll be fine. Like like the old meltdowns were just because the tech was just so dated.
Yeah, nuclear has definitely improved a lot, but it's like a lot of countries are just kind of hesitant to want to build a project like that. But
in the 80s and the 70s,
yeah.
like, oh, what about this one time, But
that was like 30 years ago.
But
And
it's really efficient. Like the output's crazy how much nuclear does, and I think it's actually more efficient than natural gas, which is still like our leader. So yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like energy crises, and the not having any money to spend on things.
But on that fun note, and all, what type of anime news? Let's bring it back home a little bit, I guess.
Oh, we're the anime news now, huh? Or at least we're not, or at least nothing like big anime newsy, unless you count like one of the directors for Eden Zero passing away recently. Like if you watch that show, then yeah, that's sad. I don't think it was the actual director, like one
Mashima.
No. No. But I think he was like one of the animation directors, but I know that person passed away. I don't know much about that, though, to really comment on that, other than say rest in peace.
Oh,
now,
sorry.
Well, now, yeah, nothing too exciting on the anime news front, but let's talk about, since it's coming up soon, and we do have a meetup event for it that got waitlisted real fast. But hopefully I can get in since I'm the first on the wait list. But that because there's always people who pull out at the last minute. But we got the fall season to look forward to, and
I saw.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'm not one of those people who who goes like looks at this anime and goes like consume like fucking Reddit these days. Well, Reddit's always done that, but like I'm not like one of those Reddit users anymore who just like consumes the anime.
Yeah.
It's just because honestly I find that to be like unless you write about anime for a living or something, I understand why you do that, but personally I'm just like nah, not really into that mentality anymore. It's just not fun, and it's just like I hate how like the Reddit community and everyone else has warped anime consumption to the point that it's just like so stupid. It's like because like something like I wouldn't like granted I don't hang out in Netflix circles, but I very much doubt the Netflix crowd goes like, ooh, did you watch? Ooh, I watched this obscure show and this obscure show and this obscure show and this obscure show. Oh, I saw Squid Game too, but that was overrated.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm getting through that.
This
it's pretty violent.
Feels like this season feels like a wait and see season because, like, normally I'll just do a glance over and I'm like, do I recognize any of these adaptations or shows? And I'll pick a couple out, but I only recognize like 3.
86.
Yeah, I mean, like 86 I'll obviously watch, but like
I mean, the sequels you're obviously going to recognize by name, at least the popular ones.
And like I recognize Komi-san because it's finally get adapted.
Yeah.
And then there's another JoJo season, and then
and the new Demon Slayer season.
Yeah, well, is it a movie or a season?
It's gonna be the movie storyline for the first few episodes. Then it will go to the new arc after that. Apparently, the first episode will be completely new. That's not in the movie though, so I might watch that. But as for watching the movie again in series format, probably not. Nah, because I already remember everything, and I doubt they'll add anything much aside from the first episode. That's like
I'll look for studios I recognize. Like I'll look for MAPPA, or I'll look for Wit, or I'll look for Madhouse, and
MAPPA and Madhouse are doing this like music tacked up Destiny, which is like this music fighting show.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
cool. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw a bit of the trailer. The animation at least looked decent, and I see people fighting with instruments, but I honestly, obviously, a teaser isn't much to go by.
As it doesn't become Symphogear, I'll watch it.
Yeah, Symphogear, one of the most love it or hate it shows I've ever seen. I have a friend who hosted a panel in Boston explaining his love for it and got a huge crowd.
Oh, there's a Blade Runner spinoff too.
Yeah, I know of that. I don't really know a lot about that though.
It's
like
co-produced by the Toonami people.
Yeah.
But that's
yeah.
With
speaking of that, I need to get back to watching Fina Pirate Princess sometime.
On it. I don't know.
I know it's associated with that. I don't really know what role he's doing though.
This is producer on AnyChart. So.
Yeah. I'm using AnyChart too as well. So yeah. That's pretty much how I like. I won't watch the show instantly anymore, but I do still like when I look at these charts. I just look like for the names and sometimes the production companies to see what is like going to at least stand out. Not necessarily if I like it or watch it or anything, but it's like this seems like it could stand out. Usually I sort any chart by popularity because for the most part, because it's very rare you'll get something like Odd Taxi where it just becomes highly acclaimed later, even though Odd Taxi's still not that popular, but it's like I usually sort by the popularity just because the thing is like usually when it comes to anime, the only thing that gets like really big are like shonen and then isekai, sometimes isekai. And
so, Justin, quick question: is there any anime for the fall 2021 season that you're actually looking forward to, or have some type of expectations for?
Lupin, but that's only because I've watched Lupin for since a while now, and I've liked modern Lupin, but Lupin is not popular outside Japan, and I don't even know its popularity in Japan. I know it's popular in Italy, but I know Lupin will be fighting against Sherlock Holmes, but that's about all I know of the new Lupin series. It's too niche to really around here to see people getting excited for. But I will watch it.
Yeah. How about you, Corey and Nick?
Which one?
I will watch. Obviously, I'll watch 86 Part 2. I think I'm gonna read the second light novel before that, so I can kind of smell out all the inconsistencies Crunchyroll incorporated.
Yes.
I'll watch Demon Slayer, but probably after it's done airing. I'm interested in Komi-san, so I might do a couple episodes. I haven't read the manga, but I've just seen so many memes at this point that I'll just probably watch it.
I mean, it'll be a nice anime to Netflix because Komi-san will be airs on Netflix 2 weeks after, or 2 or 3 weeks after its Japan airing each episode.
And I'll do a couple episodes of that Madhouse Mappa musical anime because I like music animes a lot. So we'll see how that goes. Outside of that, there's also that Madhouse one, which is this crappy vampire.
I see that, and it's
that sounds interesting, but.
I don't know. Vampire comedy isn't really grabbing me so far when I look at it.
Yeah, comedies in general are really easy to fall flat because we don't get a lot of their humor.
Yeah.
So it's very context sensitive sometimes. So it'll be hit or miss. Outside of that, I saw one horror anime, but it's a horror comedy, so I might just wait to see on that one.
Yeah, I've heard of Miyako-chan, but I don't know anything about it. Other than the fact that this person can see dead people, and it's well, okay. I don't know anything about it aside from that. I know Platinum End by the fact that the original writer is the writer of Death Note and Bakuman. But I don't know much about the manga itself, other than it never got the popularity those two did. So I don't really know anything about it.
No, I'm kind of curious about it. That's probably be one of those I watch.
I don't know enough. I don't know enough about Platinum End to really talk about it, other than besides the fact that I know it's Tsugumi Oba who wrote it.
Doesn't this look like the manga they wrote in Bakuman?
I don't know. I don't know if I read that part or watched that part of Bakuman.
Because they wrote a really popular manga series in Bakuman. Well, they had a couple, but one of the first ones that hit it off was a series about two angels or something, or a good and bad. So maybe if that's what this is, that sounds really cool. But,
But sorry. You never got a chance to answer the question.
Sakugan looks cool.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you if you were looking at anything, Nick.
If you saw the reflection in my glasses, I was watching a bit of the trailer.
For which one?
Sakugan. It looks like this little girl's kind of an engineer. She's riding a mech or something. They're fighting. The CG is CG.
Sakugan.
Yeah.
I seen this promo art before of this little girl, and like it's a satellite mecha show. I don't know anything about it though.
But yeah, it's hard to kind of glean from the trailer what it's about, but it seems like it may be interesting.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. When it comes to stuff that's not based on like a popular source material and doesn't have names to it, like it's hard. I'd have to be really interested in the premise or something. And then usually when I kind of look up who makes it. Like that's how I found out about Vivi. I was like, this looks kind of weird. Let's see. And then I found out it's this guy who wrote it. Oh, that's interesting. Well, also it was by Studio Wit, so that was actually kind of why. Speaking of Wit, I have no idea what to make of this Osama ranking show that they got about a deaf, powerless prince.
It looks like a kind of like a kids show.
Yeah.
Or like a short TV show, like that they put.
I mean, I know it's based on a manga, but I don't know a thing about it. I didn't bother to look at the trailers for it. The artwork looks kind of cool, but that's about it. I don't really know anything about Osama ranking aside from that.
Where's Studio Nut when we need them?
Nut, they are busy. What have they done besides Tanya? I know they did something else.
Handshakers. Wait, no, that's Studio.
No, that's Go Hands. And if it was Go Hands, then Go Hands after you saw it.
I remember what else Nut did.
They did the FLCL alternative.
That was still production IG.
Yeah.
Co-production, right?
I mean, yes, that's technically true.
They did Decadence.
Oh, that's it. That was what I was looking for. Yeah, that was Decadence. That was them.
I remember that. It wasn't my favorite, but it was enjoyable.
It
was watchable.
And also, I know the Isekai fans are wanting to see more of Rudy and Jobless Reincarnation. They want to see him actually, get him out of watch the scene grow out because he's still a kid in Jobless Reincarnation right now.
Does he become an adult, hopefully, with all these sexual stuff going on?
I know he grows out of it when he grows older because things tragic happen to him that force him to grow up.
Yeah, it's just
But by the way, I'm still when he grows up, is he going to ditch that otaku personality, his previous life personality? Because at this point, he has been in that body too long to even care about that. He used to be a fat, lazy slob.
I guess if this was like Psychonaut, it's kind of imprinted in him. So I don't think he could break it. But
the Shield Hero guy did, right? Like
But the thing is, Rudy has been alive in his new life for years now. He's got to be around 10 or so. Well, he's probably a little older by the end of the first season, but I swear, he should forget. He should have forgotten about his past life at this point. Because
you can't really forget if it was always a memory. It's just like you remember something in your teen years.
Yes.
It doesn't just go away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and for the record, I know that there's some there's some bullshit involved because nobody in real life, at least as far as we know, has ever reincarnated with their memories intact. So we don't know how human biology would actually affect that.
Yeah, closer would have been Rasputin, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Should we get into some video game news?
Yeah. One last thing. I know. If you guys are trash lovers, yes, I am fully aware of World's End Harem. I know what World's End Harem is. Thank you, Studio Gokumi and whoever the fuck you are, Axis, and whoever is supporting them, for making another softcore porn anime. I cannot. Well, actually, no, it's not softcore. It's basically a hentai. But
that's on the preview.
It's available.
Yeah.
That's on our preview list show.
Yeah, that's right. It's right. It's right here. It's right. It's it's if you're on any chart, it's the 10th ranked most popular. Shuminatsu no Harm.
Probably review that preview list a bit closer.
Who's making this thing?
But I said Studio Gokumi and such. It's like, yes, I know what World's End Harm is. I know it's probably going to be the next redo of Healer. Okay, so but until it actually does the borderline or full on hentai stuff, I don't know because I don't know what I never read the manga. We're just going to have to wait and see. Okay, now and that's pretty much what all I've got to say on the fall anime. I haven't seen what Chris has recommended yet. I wonder if he had. It'd be really funny if he put World's End Harm as one of the things we're watching, because it'd be like the equivalent of if he did. I don't know.
Have you seen
Interspecies Reviewers or redo of Healer? Let me see. Oh yes, he does. We are watching Worlds. Oh, we're also doing Osama ranking. So yeah, for those of you who are going to the fall preview, Chris has put the list. We are doing Sakugan, Tat Op Destiny, Platinum N. Apparently, Komi can't communicate. Although I don't know if it'll be on Netflix by the time we actually by that time. So he might have to change that. Paladin of the End, which I have no idea what that is. World's End Harem, Ranking of Kings, and Miyako-chan.
So okay, most of the ones we just talked about.
Well, yes, because he has to avoid the sequels and such. So we have to like, and considering how all the popular shonen and isekai are sequels, it's kind of expected.
Yes, sir.
So, alrighty then.
Let's talk about them video games.
Hell yeah! So what to start with on the video game news?
Anybody get their Switch OLED?
No, but no. I'm hoping to get my PS5 by the beginning of November.
Well, good luck.
Yeah.
Just,
assuming I didn't get scammed.
Get those Wario 64 notifications on.
I actually have one on. I actually have one on order, but it won't be here till November. Assuming that I didn't get scammed.
It's the first game you're gonna get.
I don't. I mean, Returnal is on my priority. I'm hoping to play the upcoming Judgment DLC, the Lost Judgment DLC by the time I get my PS5, because Lost Judgment on PS4 lags and it has a 30 FPS cap. So the Lost Judgment DLC, I didn't mention it, but there's going to be something in October. They're going to introduce a new fighting style and some boxing stuff in October. And then, in 2022, I get to play as Kaido in a new story. But I'll probably test out the Lost Judgment PS5 first to make sure that it actually runs on there.
Yeah. It'll probably be fine. And you probably see, I don't know, a lot of stuff is PS4 enhanced or PS5 enhanced, but I really don't notice actual frame rate difference. So it's kind of
feels the same.
A marketing scheme.
Well, but I could see the chugging in the Lost Judgment, the fighting especially causes the chug, especially compared to the previous one.
But yeah, let's get back on some news.
Yeah.
But yeah, Switch all. No.
I think I'm going to pass unless one of my switches break. But
yeah,
I think I'm.
Yeah, they didn't really give us any reason to get it. They've got a little bit better battery life, but I think it's the same batteries that's on the second gen of Switches. I mean, the screen it's OLED. I mean, it's going to look a bit crisper, but
yeah, that's what I was going to say.
On the go.
The battery isn't really improved.
Well, who's really traveling now? So
yeah.
Unless I'm back fully traveling, it really doesn't make sense to upgrade the Switch.
Is it $50 or $100 more? I think it's $100.
Like 50.
Right? It's 50? Okay.
It's $350.
Okay. So, yeah. I mean, I guess if you're if you held out on the Switch up to this point, I guess you might as well. But otherwise,
or I guess if you're back,
I would wait to see what high def model they come out with. The pro gamer model, if that is not just rumors. But we'll probably see next year if there is. Game Awards is on December 9th. Always, just everybody loves the Game Awards. So much to talk about. Oh my god, oh my goodness. Never.
I'm interested to see what's nominated.
There's
at
never
least.
Any fluff or anything.
No. What's Jeff up to this year?
Yeah.
But outside of that, there was the Genshin anniversary drama, which, you know, I mean, we talked about that a little bit already. They just kind of buckled, gave us some extra Primogems. I'm happy about it. Fuck them. Yeah, but I mean, you know, they got plenty of money. They can chill out a little bit more. It's been a year. It's been a year.
I mean, guys make so much money these days. It's like, yeah, there's no like that's one of the reasons why. While like I sympathize with the Genshin backlash to a point, we all know it's not going to. Mihaly is not going to change due to it. I mean, they did a little bit with like the rewards and such, but they're not going to be that affected because they got so much money.
Yeah. So there was that PS5 system update recently.
Yeah, I don't know much about that.
Outside of being able to add an M2 to your console, I really don't remember what else changed. There, I think there was some performance enhancements.
There was some performance enhancement. You could customize when you press the PS button, kind of like your hot bar on the below.
Oh,
you
thank
could.
God.
I removed everything that.
I would put the power button there because, like, otherwise it's like annoying to get to turning off the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna customize that right after this.
Yeah, but the biggest thing is the SD upgrade, which I did. I got a 2 terabyte one, and I could pick games on again because literally I only had 3 games on my system.
Yeah, that was a problem I first saw with the PS5, like on announcement, because I mean,
it's 700 something gigs. It's not enough.
Nothing for games of this gen.
I mean, that's why I always buy like the external hard drive and such. Are there any for PS5s right now?
I got a 4. I mean, you can use pretty much any external. You don't get the ones that are saying like, "Oh, this is the PS4 Sony brand."
Exclusive.
No, they just
obviously no.
Yeah, they just have it formatted and possibly the same color scheme as your console.
I've used a 4 terabyte one since my PS4 external hard drive, and it's done me fine for the games. I'm not like, I need this to be on an SSD. I throw on there like an indie or like a game that doesn't need the load times, but that's worked out for me. So I'll probably hold out on the M2 upgrade, or maybe not get it at all, but we'll see.
Yeah. But remember, on the M2, you can run PS5 games from it. On the external hard drive, I only think you could do PS4 games.
Oh, you can't do that? You can't do that?
No.
Oh,
it's not fast enough. That's the big thing about it is you need the M.2 to run PS5 games.
I'll keep that in mind.
So,
tons of bitches.
Yep.
So outside of that,
Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Nintendo Direct some. So we got to see the Monster Hunter Rise. Not even really DLC at this point. I would call these expansions. So the Sunbreak expansion is kind of like Monster Hunter Iceborne.
Kind of. It's not like
it's very like Castlevania sort of theming. At least the impression I got.
Theme, but I mean, the same concept.
But the size of the concept,
yeah.
I don't think it's as big as Iceborne because it's free. It's free or is it paid for? I can't remember.
Paid. It's okay.
Separate. Yeah, so it's going to be similar to like the Iceborne,
and it's not going to launch with everything as per usual for Monster Hunter. Thing right now, but
you get to finish the story.
We'll see a collection come out, so you can just get the Switch collection, and also we're seeing. Well, we'll get to that later, but yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. So I don't have the game, but I'm excited nonetheless of more Monster Hunter stuff.
It's coming out on PC in January.
Yeah,
be behind.
We'll get to that once we get to the TGS announcements. But
sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited though. I can't wait to not play it on Switch and play it on PC instead.
Yeah.
Mario Party Superstars.
I mean, I'm interested because I like Mario Party,
and I didn't buy the last Mario Party, so I don't feel like I got like screwed over or anything.
Yeah.
I know Mario really wants this one. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I did buy the new Mario Party, and I haven't played my own version. I just played other people's versions, but I still want to get Mario Party Superstars because like I said, I recently played like Mario Party 2 on N64 a little while ago, and it was still fun despite the age of
I
control.
played
So
the
like,
last
yeah.
one on Switch, and I thought it sucked, honestly. But
Yeah.
I mean, it had the boards
smaller.
definitely sucked.
The boards,
The boards
were
definitely
smaller.
sucked. Yeah, they weren't
Like,
great.
all the
Yeah,
tiles were so limited. Like the minigame tiles were gone.
yeah.
I think
With
that's
exception
why
of, like,
people are
one.
excited for this one, is because it's like it's bringing back the good boards. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
like
ones
the
from, like,
minigame,
earlier
the
games.
mini games were good in Super Paper Mario, and the new dice mechanic with the character specific dice was fine. It's just that the boards were just not. Yeah.
You said
Yeah.
Super Paper Mario. I'm like,
Yeah.
for Wii?
Or
No. Yeah,
what was
I-
the last
I-
Mario Party? It's
see
like
Super
Super
Mario
Mario
Party.
Party. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're running out of adjectives to name these
Yeah.
things. But yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we'll see. But yeah, it's primed to be good, and they're gonna have the online multiplayer for this one. So
Yeah. Thank God that they must have been testing the new
Yeah.
Mario Party update
That's
with that.
what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Voice of Cards is a collab with Square Enix and Yoko Taro.
If it's not Hearthstone, I'm not it. I
near
like
universe oriented card game.
Yep. Gotta get the lore.
It's like
Yeah.
a tabletop adventure, but everything is a
Yeah.
card.
So it's like
a Witcher
Gwent
one.
or
I think Witcher had something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, like Gwent.
Yeah,
maybe.
Gwent. Gwent was fun.
Yeah, Gwent was a really good card
Yeah,
game.
'cause
So it's like
it's short and to the point.
Yeah.
yeah, like
Basically
yeah.
lore. I mean,
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think the only card games people like are really into these days, aside from the crazy Yu-Gi-Oh fan base who just like abuse the power creep or to the extreme, is like, well, there's Hearthstone obviously because Hearthstone will remain popular forever, and yeah, like it's like Gwent's still well loved, and then there's Uno, which I want to play with.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
Yeah, Uno's
sometime.
fun.
I think I wrote it down wrong. So it's not a card game like Hearthstone card game. It's like you're adventuring, but then every new like adventure square is a card.
maybe like kind
It's-
of Here to Slay, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, you just got to see. It's like it's a Yoko Taro game. I
It'd be
feel
cool,
like that's a
though,
good
like,
explanation
think of
for
Yoko
it.
Taro card game that was roguelite or something.
I think that's a good explanation. Yeah, with the roguelike, because there is like actually I take that sort of back because there's like a card battle. I think that's how you battle the enemies, but I don't know how this.
Shadowverse does that, where like they have the campaign, and each enemy you beat, you get like a new card from them or a new card pack, and yeah. But that'd be interesting. I won't buy it, but I'll wait to hear if it's good.
Yeah, it's not really my.
Yeah.
thing. We'll see.
Disco Elysium Final Cut is announced for Switch. That will be coming out, I think, this month, but I'll have to check on that.
Yeah, Disco Elysium Final Cut is really good, although there are a few bugs in it.
Yeah, I would still get it. Yeah, I would still get it for PC because those have most of the patches for the bugs in it, and I personally like it more on PC. But it's definitely a great game to take on the go. So I totally see it.
I mean, it is kind of a D&D campaign.
There's some more DLC for Age of Calamity. I don't know if you want to talk about that some more, Nick, but it looks good. Just a couple more characters.
Yeah, there's some more backstory. We're gonna get Raba and Pura as a combined character that fights with two instead of one, maybe like the Great Fairies, and then some other unknown mystery final character.
It's just Robbie, isn't it?
I think it's both. I had to look at the like on the website. So it's Robbie is the tech guy, and then Pura, she's also a tech scientist, but she's like the camera person. But they're fighting together as one character, I think.
Almost like Ice Climber, like.
Yeah, with a lot of crazy technology and robotic arms and stuff. Whatever they can do whatever with the ancient technology in this game, but. Yeah, we'll see. The story is kind of all over the place. I don't know how they're going to be able to like wrap it up into concise, if they're even going to try at this point. But I'll see. I'll let you guys know whenever that comes out.
There's also the Chocobo GP remake, which is like Mario Kart with Final Fantasy, and you get your like fire guns and spells you launch at people instead of items. And I don't know if you want to talk about it more, Jamar, but I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, the original one, it was fun. It was a fun little Mario clone. I know Andrew is excited about it.
Yeah.
I know he had.
He wants to play those chocobos.
Yeah, he had personal financial back in this project, so I'm glad.
Oh, really?
No, he didn't. But, no,
I feel like if he could have, he definitely
yeah, he would have. No, it looks good. It looks clean. I'll probably buy it, play it a couple of times. I think it might be one of our little party games we might play. But no, that's it on my end for it.
There's the Smash Bros. Final Fighter announcement for when you'll be told who the Final Fighter is. Instead of just telling us right there.
I'll be mad if it's actually Sora.
It's gonna be another sword fighter, of course.
That's fine.
Keyblade fighter, whatever you want.
Who knows at this point? Yeah.
If it's Sora, then I mean, I've already lost hope for Smash, but like that'll be like finally, I'm like, wow, it's just wow, what a trash game at this point.
So Nick,
I think by the time I think everyone's tired of the Smash DLC at this point. It's
Did I mention it on the last podcast? I'm thinking it's going to be Goku. That's what it has to be, something crazy.
Like, yeah, Smash DLC. The new Smash character will have to be really crazy to be like, well, this is a fitting finale.
Palutena basically it's like Kamehameha blasts anyway. So,
like,
I mean, it's not too out of the They would just have to make it like pretty short.
Yeah.
No, it has to be Miyamoto.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Now that. Yes, Miyamoto himself. Not a meme, aka discount Miyamoto, but the actual Miyamoto.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I should give us a DBZ fighter, but somebody like nobody wanted, like Nappa or something. Or like,
oh my god.
Like
Gohan.
Raditz.
Yeah, Raditz. Who the fuck cares about Raditz?
But yeah. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is a Kirby game. It looks really nice and pretty, and it looks like they just threw Kirby in Nier.
Yeah, I know. Well, a more colorful Nier, because even though it's post-apocalyptic world, it's still
Kirby 06. So it should be.
Well,
it
doesn't look that realistic.
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, it looks pretty realistic.
It's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
Sonic 06 to me, but
I mean that could be due to the different graphics and all that, but like I just remember how Sonic 06, the realism, at least of the. I mean, I don't see any humans, but I did remember how the humans clashed with Sonic's mascot stuff and all that.
I mean, they always clash.
They were an adventure too, so
yeah, that's true. But they even clashed more in there. Although to be fair, the same could be true for Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, that was interesting. The Donkey City with the tall humans. I don't know what's going to happen with the lore wise, because in Kirby 64 there was Shiver Star that was like Earth, but like in the future in like a nuclear apocalypse, Kirby 64 was like a whole real.
Why did
is this that? What is going on?
Why did
honestly?
What is his goal? What is his
Kirby's
mastermind goal? Isn't it like the whole lore behind Kirby is like DDD is like kind of like mayor or something?
So it depends how.
I mean, he is kind of a glorified mayor.
It depends how deep on the Kirby lore iceberg you want to go, but
it could go deep and dark.
I think in the show, DDD was actually like a town official, and he had like to pay for all the town destruction that Kirby kept doing.
Yeah.
But we'll have to get back to you on our Kirby lore.
But yeah, it's interesting. If you looked at a couple of screenshots or remember from the video, there's like actual malls that Kirby goes through. So it's almost like a Last of Us kind of setting.
It seems like, so it's like kind of 3D world. Like it's not totally open world game, but it's also not like strictly linear like most all previous Kirby games are. But you know, it doesn't necessarily need to be Kirby Breath of the Wild, but it's looking like it may be that sort of like really ambitious.
Like Last of Us. Wait till Kirby meets the cannibals.
Oh no!
Kirby just flies away, and then everyone starts shooting him.
He'll be like, "You think you guys are hot as shit?" And just like
he absorbs the.
Kirby's got the warp star. Okay, he'll just
his arm off or something.
He'll just crash into the cannibals with his warp star,
or just eat them.
Oh, that too.
For his neutral special, he wields a gun.
Some Animal Crossing
canon
coming too.
Oh, Brewster, yeah.
Woo.
Finally, they had Brewster in.
You could have done this a year ago, guys. But,
I know, because
whatever.
like there aren't really there aren't that many, because there aren't that many people playing Animal Crossing anymore.
Yeah.
This character.
It's like there's supposedly going to be a whole October direct for Animal Crossing, and we'll get the Oktoberfest stuff if that happens.
Direct.
Who knows what all? I mean, because it's like not. There's DLC, but it's like it doesn't cost money. It's all free, so it's like eventually they're like, yeah, this doesn't really make much sense for us to continue putting resource development into it from a financial perspective. But
unless it keeps selling, that's
Mario
Golf Super Rush. It's some more characters and
another. I'm getting really tired. I'm getting really tired of Nintendo releasing these games, and even though there's free update, it feels like more they're just releasing unfinished games and then just putting in content later. That's just like, but then people will just will have moved on from those games at the time.
I don't know. I don't think it's unfinished like a lot of other studios that do it, because you do get a full story experience, and then it's just they just add other stuff that they might didn't have time for the deadline, or they just sort of.
Because it's like, it's tricky balance. Like, if you look back to earlier games where there's a lot of characters and stuff, I feel like even the base game of some of these newer ones that are coming out, like they have a bigger roster than what was available in previous titles and stuff. And then now it's just like, we're adding more over time to kind of remind people that this game exists. Maybe I haven't bought.
I mean,
Super Rush, but I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of a weird gray area for me.
Yeah. Well, I'll say it like this: if you look at Monster Hunter Rise, you didn't even get the ending of the game.
Oh yeah, that's ones I feel like that's not acceptable. But
within 2 weeks, I already maxed out everything, and it's like you can't finish the plot.
Yeah,
that's kind of half-assed in releasing a game. This is you get your game, but hey, we thought of putting Waluigi in it because you fuckers want Waluigi, but he won't be in Smash.
Almost like Apology, something like that.
There's also the Disney Bandai Namco 3DS game port, which
okay.
Does anyone actually care about that?
We didn't really care, so we didn't put much more detail.
Yeah.
The Knights of the Republic's getting ported to Switch for like the 20th time it's been ported to something.
Why?
Yeah,
money.
Yeah.
But really, I think everybody in the world has experienced that game 8 times already. Unless they're doing a full remake.
No. It looked like
no. No. The remake is coming for PS5. This is just the old base one with the very outdated PC graphics from 2003 and all that. And yeah, it's just yes, it's a beloved game, but come on, trying to get new players nowadays to play that jank. I don't see it.
Yeah, it's janky as fuck.
There's also Dying Light 2.
The cloud version, I should add.
Yeah,
the cloud version.
I'm pretty sure that's Dying Light 2. It kind of gave me vibes that it was like a Switch exclusive spin-off, but I think that's...
No, I think it's just... You're right. It's just... That's the game.
It's kind of confusing how it's announced, because there's also a Platinum edition that's also coming out, but it's like, the guy just walks out with the announcements, there's cloud version and Platinum edition, and then he just leaves, and it's like, what? I don't know much about this game.
Yeah, that's how much they care about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like, it's out. So yeah, I've not, especially after all of the Techland issues that have been happening over the past year or so. I don't got a lot of confidence in it, which sucks because I really like Dying Light, but we'll see. Triangle Strategy, we got another trailer. We saw some of the updates.
I can't help but look at that thing and just go, this seems like another one of those tribute games that seems to exist just to recreate a genre and update the genre.
Game, I think.
Yeah, Octopath Traveler was the same way. It just it's nice to go back to that genre, but at the same time, making something solely just to make an update for that genre, it just makes it kind of a little forgettable.
We'll go through every shape and genre.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, granted, it'll probably be better than the previous like genre games we've gone. Like Astria Ascending got mixed reviews. That's a recent release that was supposed to capture a specific genre. And Christ Tales, yeah, that fell flat.
Yeah, after this one, in 2 years we'll get quadrilateral platformer or something.
I say the shape and then the genre. It's just cranks it out. It's just, I don't know.
Now let's get to the big one, the one everyone's looking forward to.
Yep, you're right.
Castlevania
Advanced Collection.
I know, man. I want to play this Castlevania. I finally get to play those old good Castlevania games on the Game Boy Advance.
They're coming to PC too, actually. So Konami.
They're already on PC.
Oh, they already came out for.
The Castlevania Advance Collection got released on the same day it got announced.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Like, I still have those Game Boy Advance games. But no. That's good.
Somebody made a mistake at Konami and they like pressed the wrong button. It's like, oh no, you just released some of our games. What are you doing?
People might buy them.
Well, you can't release ports. What are you doing? We can't make money. So, yeah, it's nice to see Konami taking some action. Hopefully, I heard some rumors that they're planning to do the same for MGS and other things. So we'll see.
Yeah. So apparently, not to go off topic, Konami's been pitching indie developers to make games for them. And also look at their classic series. So it's like, hey, yeah, we're making games again, but we're getting somebody else to do it.
That's fine. I mean, look.
That's fine.
Sonic Mania, you know. So there's also we saw another trailer of Dread. It was more of a story trailer, so there were some spoilers there. But just a reminder, you know, it releases next Tuesday. Okay, next Tuesday.
Friday.
5 days.
I thought it was Tuesday because it's on October 8th, but it's on Friday. Which is
usually Nintendo games usually release on Fridays.
Huh.
Yeah, but all major game releases are usually on Tuesday. That's why I get thrown off.
Yeah,
I think the Pokemon is releasing on Tuesday too. Dang it.
That's weird. Right.
Because that's supposedly like the highest statistic for game sales is on Tuesdays for some reason. Maybe just Monday was so bad, people go in the store and just like, please God, just I need something.
I don't know. I think Friday's better to me because hey, you have something to look forward to the weekend.
It's not my opinion. That's just what I've heard. Like, on statistics, but yeah. So Dread's coming out October 8th. New Switch Online, which is bringing in N64 and Genesis games. All the ports you know and love that were made on 3DS, remade on 3DS, are those 3DS remakes aren't featured.
Remaking them again.
You get the old port and the not superior version, but it is there for an extra cost.
You guys can play, Ocarina of Time again for the 30th anniversary of Zelda, I guess.
If you never played,
there you go.
You never played Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, Star Fox 64. Any of those really, go get the 3DS copy if you can.
Even though they've already had remakes that address a lot of the quality of life stuff, better graphics.
That is the ultimate experience in my
unless you want to speed run Ocarina of Time 64 again.
Yeah, unless you want the glitches that you know and love, then from your speedrunners, then get the original. But,
yes.
Or even get the Ocarina of Time Master Collection on GameCube or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And you can
although that requires you to have a GameCube.
Yeah.
It's tricky because it's it's good because you're getting it for free but
free?
It's asterisk because it's the Nintendo Switch Online
don't you gotta pay more?
And the price is increasing.
Yes,
we don't know how much.
Oh no, it's an extra tier. So you have
I think it's gonna be
your base tier. Right? I think it's 10 more bucks or something.
10 more? It's not just 10 flat?
Jesus Christ.
It's already a little bit more expensive than it should be.
Yeah.
I
think, but we'll have more information later in the month.
Yeah. So, ActRaiser Renaissance remake.
So, I really played that game. Or even heard of it until now, but I know
I haven't heard of it, but it looks.
I know its reputation now, obviously, because I looked it up. But it's I never heard of it before that.
It was a big game back when I was a kid, but I had a small lizard, stupid kid brain, so I didn't understand the world building.
Nah, that looks really hard for a kid, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't have manuals. One of those blockbuster rentals. Oh, play ActRaiser. Everybody talked about ActRaiser, and it's first stage you're done, and it's now build a society.
Yeah, there wasn't game facts or any walkthroughs back then.
No, it's like you had to go to your friends, and your friends is just as dumb as you.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I actually might get that once I see it on sale or something. I'm pretty sure it's out already.
Yeah, I got it. It was released the day of the direct.
Yeah,
it plays fine. I don't like some of the character sprites, the enemy sprites, and the remade characters.
I like the boss sprites. They looked good.
Oh, the boss sprites are the best.
Yeah,
the main characters, meh.
Mm.
But they redesigned the angel. The angel used to be like a naked little angel. Now it's
more PC.
Kind of like it's or more like Fujo bait. So you'll see it when you play the game. Other than that, it's fine. It's still kind of fucking hard as shit.
Yeah, it looked hard, but I like hack and slash, so I'll probably get into it. Deltarune Chapter 1 and 2 collection on Switch. Yeah, be cool.
Yeah, I recommend you give it a shot if you have a free afternoon to, and you like sort of adventure battle classic games, but then where you could also recruit the enemies or like befriend them too, I guess.
Shin Megami Tensei?
Honestly, it's got a lot of like, even in a genre where there is a lot of sort of similarities, the writing and stuff, I feel like that makes it stand out. But
we did get another Shin Megami Tensei trailer. If you want to just keep escalating your hype for the game, even though it comes out soon. So Rune Factory 5 comes out March 2022. So yeah, I mean, keep getting reminded Rune Factory 5's coming out, but it's taking forever.
Hey, we got a date.
In the meantime, if you want to play Rune Factory, they have Rune Factory 4 Special on Switch. I didn't find anything special about it, but maybe you'll like it. We got the Mario movie cast announcement, which we have Chris Pratt.
This is easily the thing that made Nintendo Direct 10 out of 10. The best, everyone and their mother just laughed so hard the moment that the cast was announced.
So Chris Pratt as Mario, Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach. I don't know her actually.
She was the main character in Queen's Gambit, as well as some of the recent Shyamalan movies like Split and.
I would watch those. So.
And I also know she was the main character in like some successful movie in the UK. I think, is it Jane or something? I don't know.
Well, Charlie Day is Luigi, which I actually think was one of the good casts here.
Green Man,
hilarious.
He is Green Man, and It's Always Sunny. So why wouldn't he be Luigi?
Yeah, he has that personality.
Jack Black as Bowser, which I'm kind of like, maybe.
Oh, is he gonna do the same villain he did in Never Ending Story 3?
I'm not as big of a Jack Black fan as the rest of the world, so.
Nah, neither am I, but he can be talented.
I mean, like, honestly, who's been a Jack Black fan since like 2000?
Probably people.
Some stuff.
Probably the people who like Kung Fu Panda.
I didn't like Skull of Rock.
Yeah. But
I don't think I've even seen him in. Like,
I would say I wouldn't want Jack Black as Bowser. I think Keegan would have been a better Bowser.
Oh, that would have been really good. Yeah, Keel is Toad.
Keegan's Toad.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Hey, where the hell are you? Hey, is that
You get pressed so hard, and I think it really adds to the voice.
I seen so many Key as Toad parody videos on YouTube where they just like either replace Toad's voice with Key, or they replace Key's voice with Toad, and it's just so fitting.
Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. That's gonna be. That made me think the movie's gonna be rated R.
Unless he's not talking and he's just making the grunt and monkey sound.
Monkey noises. Oh no!
Think about Vin Diesel.
Gestures.
Vin Diesel as I Am Groot. Yeah.
Like Best role he ever played.
Will he be a better Donkey Kong though than the Donkey Kong from that really bad Canadian cartoon?
I think anything would be better.
So they do have.
But
Charles
hey,
Martinet.
DK had such a charming singing voice in the Canadian show, though. What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh! So they do have Charles Martinet as just listed as like additional character voices. So he's just going to be given like
why
the
not
monkey
just give
prince
him
or
Mario
something.
at that point?
Yeah.
Probably because his voice.
I mean,
Probably because
Chris
Mario's
Pratt,
going to be talking all the time, and they don't want Charles Martinet's voice to be like talking for Mario 24/7.
Yes, but I don't know why.
I don't know,
like
like
his voice too. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why Mario never talks in the games because like
he does. Here we go.
No, I mean, like with how like Super Mario Sunshine gave like all the characters like long voices except for Mario, and then they stopped doing that because they decided, nah, that wasn't a good idea. Let's give them back to the voice effects.
I feel like Chris Pratt costs a lot more per line than Charles Martinet would.
Yeah, it did, but they probably just didn't think Charles Martinet would work very well when Mario has to do extended dialogues like he did like back in when he played Go Fish with you. Please give me your threes. Oh no!
It's one of those investments. It's like basically the Twitch boost because you go watch a movie with Charles Martinet, or you go watch a movie with Chris Pratt.
I think a lot of people got more interested when they saw Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
They were like,
it's Hollywood casting. Somebody put like I can't remember, but like somebody's like, oh yeah, it sounds like a Nintendo just like typed in American actors and went to Google Images and just picked the first ones that came up.
Who's the most popular among the kiddos these days?
Adam Sandler as Waluigi, Danny DeVito as Wario.
That would be good. I could see Danny DeVito as Wario.
Yeah, I'm curious to see who the Japanese cast is going to be for that movie.
Yeah,
like
watch it subbed.
Probably like Beat Takeshi's going to be in it.
Yeah,
it could be Bowser.
Yeah, beat Takeshi as Bowser. Yes. Oh yeah, and Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong. That people really like that one. I noticed that Kamek, he actually got an actual voice actor to voice him.
So okay. Also, well, I think we've beaten that movie.
Yeah, I know. Everyone has beaten the Mario.
We'll all watch it.
It has gotten us interested, even if for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Like the Sonic movie was good, so maybe this one will be good.
We saw some more Splatoon 3 gameplay and trailers, which looked good. We saw some new special attacks, got some more lore. I'm not a big Splatoon fan. I know Nick likes it. But
I was trying to. It's like it's a game for like the teens. Like it's very. Here's your fashion. Here's your. A lot
of people are like. I know a lot of people in my friend group play it. I can't get into the multiplayer aspect of it.
Yeah, I couldn't. Splatoon kind of lost appeal for me.
I don't know. I feel
aesthetic.
I feel uncomfortable. Like the FBI's watching me if I play this game.
Well, the FBI won't watch you if they see you playing Bayonetta 3, which is also announced.
Not announced. We got a date, and they're still working on it.
Yeah. We got a placeholder date for 2022. So I'm not gonna, put all my eggs in that basket.
I don't know. It's been like 5 years?
I'm not a Bayonetta fan anyway, so for me, I'm like... But I do plan to give it another shot. I played it when the first one came out on 360, like forever ago, and it didn't pull me.
Yeah,
but,
I've been the first two Bayonettas, so I'll do Bayonetta 3. I actually watched a live stream of Bayonetta 1 just to refresh my memory, and yeah, I still enjoyed the game, but oh my god, it is hard as balls. The first one, at least, and the quick time events were cheap. They were so cheap.
Were dumb.
Yeah. But that's the charm on it. But
Bayonetta 2 made the game easier as a result of that.
Bayonetta's got a new hairstyle.
Yeah, I like her hairstyle better. I like her with the short hair.
I actually didn't really care for the short hair one, but
longer hair means more.
Yeah, even more powerful, right?
Yeah. Oh, we all know that her hair powers don't come from the hair on her head.
Oh, moving on. I don't know.
TGS.
Yeah, there was a couple TGS announcements. Tokyo Game Show, if you don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. A lot of the announcements don't have gameplay, so that's why I'm not commenting on
we
it.
got some. I think we saw some gameplay of Stranger Paradise and another like little cinematic clip.
Yeah, but from what I've heard of the chaos, people
took some
played the
feedback
demo
from the demo, and they're putting out a new demo on October 11th, which I believe is also going to be PS5 exclusive again demo. And we got Atelier Sophie sequel coming in 2022. I don't like Atelier games, so I don't care. But
from what I heard, this new Atelier Sophie focuses on the main characters from the previous games and a new adventure, I guess. At least the Sophie side of things.
I'm trying to remember which one. I think I played Sophie actually. Let me check.
Oh no.
They're just I don't know. I've tried multiple times and I haven't played Sophie.
Yeah, I brought it, never really played it.
Yeah, the thing with it, I only know a bit from like watching Atelier Riza streams. But there's a lot of grinding involved.
Oh, you've never played one?
Nah, I didn't have time.
It's crafting all.
Yeah, there's a lot of crafting.
And when you don't have enough crafting materials,
alchemy.
you grind it out.
It's pretty much
either.
Yeah, you have to grind and craft stuff to like get the strongest weapons.
High quality and craft and more.
Hopefully, they put microtransactions to speed that up.
Oh yeah.
It feels like it's a game that like draws you in with the art and the character. Ooh, pretty girls, and then
the Atelier Rize game got attention for the girls' thighs. I remember that.
Yeah, but. I mean, there's definitely an audience for that, especially now that people know about it, but I can't get into it. It's too much. Crafting is not something I want to do the whole game. Now you have to do it all the time. 2/3 of the game at least. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak was given a couple more trailers, and we saw the new hub and new monsters. Some of them were shown. And we got told it was coming to Steam in January, so I don't have to buy it for Switch, thank God. And we also got some emphasis. Capcom's putting more emphasis on the PC market, so should have been obvious at this point, but since it wasn't obvious after the massive sales for Monster Hunter World, now they're like, oh, maybe there is a market there. Okay, so I guess now after the second time. They know to put more money into it. Phil Spencer wants to increase their Japanese game lineup, I guess, for Game Pass or just in general. But
in general,
I don't know if that really means they want to get more on Game Pass and more available to their users, or if they want to actually collab with more Japanese studios for failed projects like Scalebound. So.
It's a mixture of both. They're still trying to break into that Japanese market because there's money there.
Yeah.
So if they could start getting Japanese studios to collab more with them, like Sega and New Genesis.
Well, we've seen that Square Enix has been, looking their way, and Sega obviously, because we got all the Yakuza games on there now. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we're getting a lot of Square Enix interest. I don't know. I said we because I'm not that user base at all, but so yeah. I mean, hopefully, I'm always open for Scalebound coming back. I'll never let it go. It looks so good.
Yeah.
So the X Tango E3 fan favorite Takumi Nakamura is back in the news. She's working on the Gungrave sequel. Which
super excited.
I'm just now aware that Gungrave gets games.
No, this is like the fourth game because they had a VR one.
Yeah, that's the only one I think I've ever seen on.
I haven't heard of Gungrave since the PS2 days.
Basically
since the show.
Oh, that too,
but
basically PS2 days.
The last one I saw was the VR game that came out, and I heard it was kind of like not good, but
it gets you sick.
Sick awesome or just like
no
ill
okay with the with the frame rate.
Okay.
Oh man.
But yeah, always been a Gungrave fan. I'm excited.
Yeah.
It looks kind of janky, but I mean that's the charm of Gungrave.
Yeah, I mean, she's pretty talented, and hopefully, like the team they're working with can pull it together for that. But in other news, another Tango news, they're working on a new game with the Evil Within 2 director John Johannes, which is cool because I loved Evil Within 2. So hopefully, I don't know if it's going to be an Evil Within sequel or it's going to be another new IP, but we'll see. Which brings me to Ghostwire Tokyo. We still don't really know when it's going to be released next year, but if they're planning a new game and announcing that they're working on a new game already, I would imagine we're going to see it Q2 next year, hopefully. I don't know, but I really want Ghostwire Tokyo really bad. I want to play it. So it would have been great for this October, but I guess they missed it. So
Q2 really is like the Tuesday of the year, you know.
Yeah.
It's their Super Bowl.
Maybe Jamar can comment on this one a little bit more, but King of Fighters 15 got a
King of Fighters 15. They did 2 announcements on characters, a returning character, K-Dash, and Isla is going to be one of the new mainline and head characters for this version of King of Fighters 15. Her design is actually pretty good. Her actual movements and stuff. It's kind of cool how SNK started embracing more ethnic characters, and having one of them kind of being the main focal point in the story is pretty good.
They always had a lot of like diverse characters in King of Fighters.
Well, we're talking more in the black, African American or African.
Okay. I might be getting it mixed up. I thought they had like...
I think you mixed in Street Fighter with Belrog, the boxer.
Yeah, I think so too.
But gameplay looks good. There was a couple of videos online showing off potential touch of death combos. So basically, that's when you kill somebody with one full combo, usually using the game mechanics and finishing up with specials, which looks good. And no, I think a lot of people are actually excited about playing this, and this might be probably one of the more competitive King of Fighters games for a long time.
So is King of Fighters 15 not out yet? Is the upcoming?
No, it's next year.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Cool. Man, they're gonna have to compete with that new Melty Blood though.
And don't forget Nickelodeon Brawl, that's coming out soon. That's going to be at the top of the charts though.
Yeah, I mean that actually looks pretty good.
Like they have put a lot of like thought into the mechanics and stuff. Surprisingly, for a game with SpongeBob and
no, like they did their homework.
Actually, I was watching. There's like some trailers out recently this past week for Aang and Korra. And Toph actually is also going to be in there too. They all seem really interesting, so we'll see.
We're really holding that license hostage for those characters. But
hey, if you have it, use it.
That's the problem. They don't really use it that much. So
no.
So in Genshin 2.2 live stream news, there's repeat banners announced for Chill Day in Hu Tao. Toma is coming on the Hu Tao banner, so everybody can take a break on the Chalet banner, get some Prima Gems saved up for Toma and Hu Tao.
It's like this is the second rerun for Tartaglia. Like, why does he get so much like rerun when like Albedo and other characters?
One of the more unpopular banners.
Yeah. From what I've seen, Child's fan base is like either like from what I've seen, there are people who it's kind of split. People really like him or really don't.
It'd be funny if Toma was on the same banner because they look like the fucking exact same model.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah. So if you want to get budget Toma, you can roll on his banner first and then roll for Toma after. But yeah, so I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to Toma because I need more fire characters, and maybe I can actually pull Hu Tao this time, not get another kicking. But we got some new hangouts coming, Sayu and Toma. I'm dreading it because I hate hangouts; they're too long. But I'll do it anyways. I like suffering. an Inazuma teapot realm will be added. We'll get some more furniture fucking finally after like 3 patches. Yeah, I mean, we've been in Inazuma for 2 patches, and there's been no real furniture except for like 5 from the reputation rewards. So I was like, what's going on? Come on.
You get like 1 chair.
And you have all these
Thank you,
Inazuma
guys.
characters that you can add to your realm, but they don't have any benefits because there's no furniture sets that they agree with. So it's kind of like halting my companion XP progress. Yeah, and there is a new Inazuma domain and island. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about for that. If you're seeing this today, get your Genshin stream codes in before they expire tomorrow. Nick.
I almost always forget. Yes. I got him though. I logged in just
gems,
earlier today.
Going down the drain. Oh my god!
It's almost more than the whole anniversary rewards.
How much money is that actually? That's the $5 or something. Maybe.
So 3 times 900 Prima gems. I don't buy them that often. I don't know.
But yeah, there's a lot of rewards going on right now, so take advantage of it because you'll never see Mahoyo this nice again for another year.
Oh, so generous. Yeah.
Outside of that, I think that's pretty much all of our game news. Why don't we talk about some damn events coming up? We're going camping on October 8th. I believe we're pretty much closed out on the registration for that. If you haven't,
we are
already. So yeah.
Have fun, don't die.
Yeah, have fun. Don't get attacked by a bear.
Or Jason.
If you do, you know, in the regular like bear safety scenarios, send one person out as a sacrifice, and then everybody else
run downhill.
Yeah.
If you're on a flat area, then just pretend.
Yeah, don't climb a tree.
I think you're supposed to go like you're supposed to make yourself bigger.
Oh, bigger than the bear. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if the bear is
debunked, I thought that was debunked.
Oh, that was debunked several times. Like somebody got their ass kicked by a bear. A bigger bear.
If it's
I don't think it works
bear,
against grizzlies and brown bears.
Yeah, it's a totally different strategy than the brown bear. So first you got step 1 is identify the type of bear. And
brown
then
bears don't usually fuck with people.
No, it's black bears that don't fuck with people.
I thought it was brown bears.
No, brown bears will kill you.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So it's a good thing I'm not going because we would probably die because I'd misidentified a bear. But yeah.
Just crawl up in the asphalt and cry.
Out because you'll attract bears.
Bears, yes.
Get your anti-sea bear circle, and then you gotta wear the hat, and yeah.
So we got our fall 2021 season preview, which we talked about. That is on October 16th.
And that's fully booked, like in an hour.
Yes. So good luck still getting in.
Will that also be streamed on the Discord?
Yes, we always do that.
There you go.
Yeah, I know.
The quality,
unfortunately, there are quality issues, but it is what it is.
Cosplay karaoke nights on October 23rd. That is also waitlisted in Hell and Back. Nishi Fest October 30th. There shouldn't be a limit on that one.
Yeah, I mean
I mean you could just get a ticket and go, unless the tickets sell out, which I doubt it. Because it's not really on a great weekend, in my opinion. But November 6th, we have the October anime discussion, which is in November because there's so much stuff going on in October. But it's I don't think it's too deeply waitlisted at this point. But by the time I post this, it probably will. So. Yeah.
What's getting waitlisted? The discussion?
Yeah, the discussion.
Yeah,
that's waitlisted already. It was waitlisted last night.
Yeah, I meant
I haven't signed up.
It's not too deep in yet, but
there's like 9 people on that wait list.
Yeah, so
it's been good because it's been like outside and it's been kind of nice, but it's also a little hot. But maybe it won't be as hot now. So
yeah, yep. All right, well that's pretty much all the events we got going on. Did you guys want to add anything?
On my end.
I'm gonna be doing a special D&D session coming up. So Maria's birthday is this month, and
nice.
I'm doing one so like where she isn't the DM and she gets to be a player this time. But I'll be posting details about that a little bit later.
That's usually every 2 weeks from what I've seen.
Yeah.
More frequent than our podcast.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it would have to be because D&D kind of requires you to like keep coming back as you continue on the campaign.
She's looking into starting up a long form session. So most of these have kind of just been like one shot adventure that you finish in one session, but trying to do like longer campaigns and stuff. People are really interested in it.
Might work with might be a little bit easier with Gloomhaven. I don't know, or Pathfinder. I don't know.
Yeah, I think currently, we're using this Roll20 website.
Yeah, those are cool.
I'm learning it myself then, so if I'm going to be the DM of this next one, it's cool. But in the future, once COVID and everything's over, we'll be able to do it in person. That should be fun.
Well, there is I don't know if you've seen it. There is the board game Sim on Steam, and if you get that, it's like I think $15-$20. And you could say, hey, simulate, like it's basically Steam Workshop oriented, and people set up their own games. But you can, it'll actually emulate Gloomhaven, and you'll have all the things on the game board and everything. Ooh. Like it's pretty cool. I would look up some like videos on it, but I've done it with a couple of games. I forget the last one we played. We did try Pathfinder on it. It just got like a little too complex because we didn't know the rules beforehand. But all the pieces are there like a real board game. But it just kind of depends on if the map creator sucks or not. But
we have the technology.
Yeah,
I'll definitely look into that.
But all right, thank y'all for joining us for this episode.
Yeah,
and we'll see you next time.
Okay,
have a good one,
guys. All right, see you guys.